If you're working in e-commerce or in marketing in general, you know that retention is becoming more and more important as all of the ad platforms are making it harder and harder to advertise. And when it comes to retention, email marketing and SMS marketing are the most important channels because they're highest revenue generating channels for any business, especially e-commerce. In this video, I'm going to talk about the role of email strategist. This is a role that I hire in my agency quite frequently. And also, if you're an e-commerce brand and you want to do email and SMS in-house, this is the type of person that you absolutely need. And it's best if your email strategist is separate from all of the other roles, from your social media and so on. And if you are a marketer and you want to niche down and only work with e-commerce brands and really make this your career, this video is also great for you because I will show you exactly what I'm looking at as an employer. If this sounds cool, please hit like and subscribe to this channel, and let's get rolling. To be a successful email marketing strategist, there are a lot of different things, a lot of moving pieces that you have to excel at the same time. Number one, of course, is that you have to be a very creative strategist, meaning you need to understand how email and SMS also works as a channel, what converts in this channel, what are people doing when they receive emails, meaning like where in the customer journey the person is, what's going through their head, what hesitations they have, all of those different things. And based on that, create strategy, whether that's for email and SMS flows or for campaigns. So that's number one, like the actual strategy part. The thing number two that they need to be great at is also seeing and understanding good email design. They won't be designing the emails themselves, but they need to look at the email and see whether the design is great for multiple different reasons. The easiest one is whether the design is on brand or not on brand. That's easier. I think more people can do that. But somebody who is not a designer can look at an email and see whether A, it's conveying the information that it needs to convey, not only textually, but also visually. And number two, is it going to convert well? And then also, is it going to convert well on desktop? Is it going to convert well on mobile? And all of those things. So that's thing number two. Thing number three is they also need to understand great copy. Again, they're not the copywriter that's going to write the email, but they need to be able to read and edit and review copy. We have a separate video about copywriting tips and techniques for emails and marketing overall. Make sure that you click it somewhere on the screen right now. I think it's really great and really helpful. It's not easy to find people who are not copywriters, but can see immediately whether the copy is great. Again, is it on brand or not on brand? And is it evoking emotions? Is it making the reader feel something? Is it focusing on the benefits versus features? Is it conversational? So all of those things. And then the fourth part to a great strategist is working with data and understanding data and knowing how to use data to learn about the effectiveness of the campaigns and flows that they've run and the pop-ups, and then understanding how to take it forward, which experiments to design, in your flows and your campaigns and your pop-ups, and how to structure all of that and inform the strategy moving forward. So those are all of the things that are required to excel as an email strategist. And of course, on top of that, you need to understand how SMS marketing works, because nowadays email and SMS need to work very seamlessly together. It's also great if you understand other marketing channels, at least, big picture how they work, because all marketing channels work together. And omni-channel marketing, which is kind of a buzzword these days, is about knowing that for a customer, for a shopper, like they don't care whether they're receiving an email or if they're on the website or if they're on social media. Each interaction with the brand needs to be coherent and seamless, and like all of it needs to work together. And of course, email is a very important part of that. I'm always on the lookout for great email and SMS strategists as our agency grows. We actually have a position open right now. I'm going to leave a form in the video description below that will work regardless of whether you're watching this video right away or later. But if you're interested, apply. Some of the things that I look at when candidates send their applications is, of course, experience, but applicants who stand out can show me an example of how they think about strategy for a flow. For example, strategy for an email flow is more demonstrative than doing strategy for a campaign because you have to think through a lot of kind of moving pieces. And if you're an applicant, something that I recommend is that you take a random brand, either a brand that you like or the brand that you're applying for, or if it's an agency, a brand that you know that they work with, and come up with your strategy for that brand's welcome flow or post-purchase flow or abandoned checkout flow. And then present like the emails that you would include, the time delays, and kind of the main point or the concept for each email. You don't have to write copy, you don't need to design those emails, but show me what would you focus on in each of these emails and why. That's very, very telling for a strategist. Some of the other parts that I mentioned just now in the video are a little bit harder to test with candidates. For example, like, will you be able to look at an email and, work with the designer to get it from okay design or good design to amazing design? Or will you be able to work with the copywriter to get this email from good copy to amazing copy? And I think the best way to demonstrate that in an application is to take an existing email, like grab it on one of those services, mail.com or mail charts, or just from your inbox, and then kind of critique it for me and tell me why is that copy good or not, and what else does the copywriter need to do in that email to get that copy to great, and same for design. So if you're looking for a job as an email and SMS strategist, make sure that you apply in the form in the video description below. So if you're looking at this career, I hope these tips were helpful. Make sure that you hit like and subscribe to get more useful tips like this.